A native of Cynthiana, Wiley Caudle says he was always passionate about art. But it was when he left home to attend EKU that he shaped his style.
You know, when I was in college, I was doing a lot of chalk art, and I kind of became known for large-scale art in general.
Caudle says he finds the format fun and forgiving.
Like, you can't really stand very close to a mural and see the whole thing. You have to stand really far back, and your brain just automatically puts brushstrokes together to create an image.
Those larger-than-life images dot his hometown, downtown Lexington, and beyond. But he sees this next project as his biggest yet.
The Kentucky Derby is just the epitome of Kentucky.
Caudle is the artist behind the 150th Run for the Roses, with roses holding a heavy influence on his piece.
Every rose has a little bit of a meaning. There's the red roses, which are really obvious, but the pink and white roses were presented to the winning horse historically before red roses.
Caudle hopes to capture 150 years of history, while also celebrating 150 more to come. As the world waits for the first weekend in May, this Kentuckian waits for them to see his talent painted all over the most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
It's my first time that my artwork will be so global, and I'm letting it sink in, but it definitely hasn't yet.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.